Visual learners. Visual learners are individuals who understand and remember information best when it's presented in a visual format. This means they prefer diagrams, charts, maps, and other visual aids. For example, when studying a complex topic, a visual learner might create a mind map to visualize the connections between different concepts. They often excel at recalling details from images, illustrations, or videos. To enhance their learning, visual learners should utilize techniques such as creating flowcharts to represent information graphically. Watching educational videos that incorporate animations can also significantly aid their understanding. It's helpful for them to use color-coded notes to organize information visually. They might even consider drawing pictures or diagrams while taking notes to reinforce their memory. Visual learners can also benefit from tools like PowerPoint presentations or online platforms that emphasize visual learning. Auditory learners. Auditory learners thrive on information presented through hearing. They are adept at absorbing knowledge from lectures, discussions, and audio materials. These learners often prefer listening to explanations rather than reading about them. For example, an auditory learner might find it easier to understand a complex mathematical concept through a teacher's explanation rather than through a textbook. To enhance their study habits, auditory learners can record lectures to listen to them later or use audiobooks for reading assignments. Engaging in group discussions or study sessions allows them to articulate their thoughts and ask questions, reinforcing their understanding. They can also benefit from mnemonic devices, which are catchy phrases or rhymes that help them remember information. Repeating information out loud or teaching concepts to a peer can solidify their grasp of the material. Writing learners. Writing learners prefer information presented in written form. They are skilled at absorbing knowledge through reading textbooks, articles, and other written materials. This type of learner enjoys taking detailed notes and rewriting information to solidify their understanding. For instance, while studying history, a writing learner might summarize chapters in their own words to enhance retention. To study effectively, these learners should focus on rewriting notes after class to reinforce the material. They can create detailed summaries, lists, and outlines to organize their thoughts. Using flashcards to memorize key terms or concepts is also beneficial. Additionally, reading articles related to the subject matter and jotting down reflections or critiques can deepen their comprehension. Engaging in writing exercises that encourage critical thinking about the material can also help them process information. Kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners, also known as tactile learners, learn best through hands-on experiences and physical activity. They prefer to engage with the material directly, often struggling to learn effectively through traditional lecture-based teaching. For example, in a science class, a kinesthetic learner might grasp the principles of physics more easily by conducting experiments rather than reading about them in a textbook. To optimize their learning experience, kinesthetic learners should engage in practical activities related to the subject matter. This can include role-playing scenarios in social studies or using physical objects to illustrate mathematical concepts. Incorporating movement into their study routine, such as pacing while reviewing notes or standing while reading, can also be beneficial. Additionally, using interactive simulations or educational games can provide the necessary hands-on experience that these learners crave. Logical learners. Logical learners excel at understanding information through reasoning and problem-solving. They enjoy analyzing data, recognizing patterns, and making connections between concepts. This type of learner often asks, "Why?" and seeks to understand the underlying principles behind processes. For example, in a mathematics class, a logical learner might approach a problem methodically, breaking it down into smaller parts to find a solution. For effective learning, logical learners can utilize flowcharts and diagrams to organize their thoughts visually. They may benefit from creating outlines that structure their study materials logically. Engaging in activities that require analytical thinking, such as puzzles or logic games, can also be beneficial. Additionally, they can reinforce their understanding by discussing their reasoning with peers or teaching others how to solve similar problems. Social learners. Social learners thrive in group settings and enjoy collaborating with others. They learn best through interactions, discussions, and team projects. This type of learner benefits from sharing ideas and receiving feedback from peers. For instance, A social learner might find that discussing a novel with classmates helps them understand its themes better than reading alone. To maximize their learning potential, social learners should engage in study groups where they can discuss concepts and share insights. Participating in group projects or collaborative learning experiences allows them to reinforce their understanding through social interaction. Additionally, explaining concepts to others can deepen their grasp of the material. They might also enjoy joining clubs or organizations related to their interests to further engage with their peers. Solitary learners. Solitary learners prefer to study alone and engage in self-reflection. They enjoy focusing on their thoughts and ideas without distractions. This type of learner is often self-motivated and capable of setting personal goals for their studies. For example, a solitary learner might prefer to read quietly at home, reflecting on what they've learned rather than participating in a group. To enhance their learning, solitary learners should create a quiet, distraction-free environment for studying. Setting personal goals and developing a study schedule can help them stay organized. Engaging in journaling or reflective writing allows them to process their thoughts and track their progress. They can also use self-assessment techniques to evaluate their understanding of the material, ensuring they are on the right path. Now that you know the different learning styles, you can use this knowledge to tailor your study habits and enhance your learning experience. Whether you're visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or a mix, understanding your style helps you make the most out of your study time. If you want more tips and tricks on how to learn better, make sure to join our Discord community to discuss about the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content.